Good afternoon, everybody. My name is TEDxNTHU, and I'm a performer. And I'm going to talk about something which is not particularly original. These are not my ideas, but I think that they're very important ideas. And I think it's something that's very universal. It's not just for people that are doing performance or something. I think it's something that we all deal with. Today I'm going to talk about practice. Okay, today I'm going to talk about practice. And practice is something that I do a great deal of. I think practice is something that everybody here does a great deal of. And something we all hear a lot of is that we need to do more of it, that we need to practice a lot more. And I'm not here to tell you that you need to practice more, that you need to work harder, because I think that actually everybody in this room, including myself, we're actually already practicing at exactly the right amount. And I think it's very, very hard to simply try to practice more. So I'm going to suggest we try something else besides just try to practice more. I'm going to suggest that we try to enjoy our practice more. Because if we enjoy our practice more, then the more takes care of itself. And when thinking about this, I think it's interesting to think about what is practice exactly. And many people think that practice is doing something. It's a lot of repetition. Doing something over and over and over again. And I think that's part of the problem. I think doing the same thing over and over again is oftentimes a little bit boring. So I think that there's something else that's very, very important to think about when you're practicing, and that thing is understanding. When you're practicing, the doing and understanding need to be very, very connected together. And doing and understanding are connected together like yin and yang. Sometimes you're able to do before you're able to understand, and other times you're able to understand before you're able to do. But something that I notice when I'm practicing is sometimes the understanding doesn't necessarily follow the doing. And the problem I find with my practice is very often I'm not paying attention. And I think attention is the key thing when you're practicing, that when you're doing a kind of practice, you need to be paying full attention. You need to be focused on what you're doing in order for your understanding to increase. So I think it's kind of a cycle that when you're doing something with full attention, then your understanding can increase, and it can increase the quality of your doing. And only by doing things with full attention can we enjoy our practice. And that's why I think it's very important to think about enjoying practice instead of simply doing more practice. I think it's very important when you're doing your practice that you have to be enjoying it, because that enjoyment is a sign that you're doing your practice correctly. If you're not enjoying your practice, then you need to be, I'm not saying you should stop practicing, but you need to take a step back and try to think about what's wrong with the practice. Why am I not enjoying it? And I think something very important part of practice is attention. Either you are not paying attention or you are paying attention to the wrong thing. And I think attention is a very, very magic key. It unlocks the ability to have effective practice, it unlocks the ability to have enjoyable practice, and attention also unlocks the ability to enjoy any situation. If you think about any situation in your life that was very enjoyable, whether it was listening to music, whether it was walking outside, whether it was having a great conversation with your friend, every moment that you really enjoyed in your life, there was one thing in common, and that was that you were focused and paying attention, that you were physically there, and you were also mentally there, that you were paying attention. And usually, we just wait until our attention is focused for us by the outside world. Very often, something that people enjoy doing, we enjoy playing video games, we enjoy looking at screens. And for me, this is not really focusing attention. This is having your attention focused. And I think that's a big problem that we have in the modern world, is that we live in a world of multitasking, doing many things at the same time. And I think that attention is a skill that we need to practice. And we're not practicing it by having our attention focused. And I think there's something that we can do every day to practice our attention, and that something is eating. Eating is something that we all do every day. It's something which I think is one of the incredible joys of being alive, and it's something that I know that many people don't get the full enjoyment out of. This is how I grew up eating. Huh? I was already there, I'm sorry. This is how I grew up eating. I grew up eating basically watching TV, eating microwave dinners, watching TV. And it's actually something that I still struggle with today. Sometimes I'm eating something really, really delicious, and I look back and my really delicious food is already gone. Somebody ate it. It was me. I ate it, but I wasn't really there. I wasn't there, so I didn't enjoy the food. And it's something that I find happens to me not as frequently as it used to, but more frequently than I would like to. And I think it's something, a very, very basic, powerful practice that you can do, is that when you're going to eat something, sometimes put away your phone, turn off the screen, close your eyes, and just be there in that one moment and do that one thing at a time. And just smell the food, taste the food, feel the texture of the food in your mouth, and be there present in that moment while you eat the food. And it's one of the most joyous things that you can do. And it's a very basic practice. And then you take this practice of attention and you take it and apply it to every single aspect of your life. You can practice this attention in everywhere. And you take this attention and you combine it with your practice. And when you practice like this, when you practice with focused attention, it's incredibly, incredibly enjoyable. And then at that point, it becomes very, very easy to practice more. Thank you very much.